All right, guys, check this out. We're going to build this sick digital clock in Python today. And if you're like, I don't know how to code, don't worry, I got you. We're literally starting from nothing, and I'm going to show you every keystroke. Ready? Let's jump in and build something cool. But wait, before we start coding, if you don't have Python installed yet, no worries. I actually made a whole separate video showing exactly how to install Python step by step. There's a link to that video in the description. Go watch that first if you need to. And for writing our code, we're going to use Visual Studio Code, also completely free. There's a link in the description for that too. All right, so once you've got those installed, here's what we're going to do. First, let's create a folder for our project. I'm going to make a new folder on my desktop. I'll call this Digital Clock Project or whatever you want. Then I'm going to right-click and open this folder with Visual Studio Code. Perfect. Now in VS Code, I need to create a new file. So I'm going to click here on New File, and I'm going to name this, let's call it digitalclock.py. The py at the end is super important. That tells your computer this is a Python file. And boom, now we've got our empty Python file ready to go. See that little Python logo? That means VS Code knows we're writing Python code. All right, now we can start building our clock. Okay, so first things first, we need to tell Python what tools we want to use. So I'm going to type import Tkinter as TK. There we go. So Tkinter, this is basically Python's way of making windows and buttons and all that visual stuff. And I'm doing as TK because I'm lazy and don't want to type Tkinter every single time. Next up, from datetime, import datetime. Perfect. This datetime thing, this is what's going to grab the actual time from your computer. Cool? Cool. Let's keep going. Now let's actually make our window. So I'm going to say window equals tk.tk. So this creates our window. Think of it like we just ordered an empty box and now we can put stuff in it. Now to set the title of the window, we will write window.title and inside parentheses bracket write digital clock, enclosed by double quotes, since this is the text that we want to display in the title bar of the window. Finally, we will write window.mainLoop. This basically hold the window until we close it. Otherwise, it'll close immediately and we can't see it. Let me run this real quick and show you what we got so far. You can open the terminal and write Python in your file name with extension to run the program. See that? There's our little window with the title digital clock on title bar, but it looks kind of boring, right? Digital clocks are black, so let's fix that. First, we will configure the background color of the window to black, and it can be done by writing window.configure and inside bracket write bg equals black. You can also prevent resizing the window by setting resizable to false, like this. Let's run it and check. Beautiful, we get black background and now we can't resize it. All right, now we need something to actually show our time. So we're going to make what's called a label. We can create label by using tk. So write tk.label, give it a name, something like display or whatever you want. And inside bracket, we will configure its styling. First thing we write is window, because our label will be inside our window that we created. Next, we can set up what to display inside it using text. So write text equals loading or anything you want. It doesn't matter because it will be replaced by the time later. You can also set the font like this. Here I am using Digital 7 font. If you don't have it, you can use any font you like, and also setting font size to 80. Set the background color using BG, and foreground color or text color using FG. After we design it, we need to put it on our window, and it can be don't by using pack. So write display.pack. If you want, you can also provide padding, so when we put it in our window, we get some spacing around it. Let me run this and show you what we got. Look at that. That already looks pretty sick, right? But it just says loading. Let's make it show actual time. All right, here's where the magic happens. We need a function that updates our clock every second. So define a function name update score time. So def means I'm defining a function. Think of it like creating a recipe that we can use over and over. Next, we will get current date and time and store it to now using the date time that we imported at very first. The next step is we need to format the time. So let's store the formatted time string in time_a* variable. Okay, so this def time thing, it's like telling Python, hey, format this time exactly how I want. The percentage %H, percentage %M, and percentage %S gives us hours, minutes, seconds. Now we should update text of display label that we put in our window to the time that we just store in our timestr variable. For this, we will use the config. So write display.config and inside brackets set text equals time string. The final thing we need to do is to run this update time function. For that, just write the function name followed by bracket. Run the program, and fantastic. You can see the now our label is showing the actual time. But still, it's not updating every second. For that, the last thing we want is on every 1,000 millisecond, we recalculate the time and show it again in the label. We can write window.after and inside bracket write 1,000, update underscore time. This tells Python after 1,000 milliseconds, that's 1 second, run this function again. So it's going to keep updating itself forever. Let me run this and, oh my God. Dude, look at that. It's actually working. The time is updating every second. We just built a real digital clock. This is so cool. Look, the seconds are ticking, and we built this from scratch in like 20 lines of code. And the best part, you can totally customize this. Want to change the color? Just change that lime to red or cyan or whatever. Want bigger text? Change that 80 to like 100. Go crazy with it. If you made it this far and actually built this with me, that's awesome. You just wrote your first GUI program. Hit that like button if this was helpful, and definitely subscribe because I'm going to be making more of these beginner Python tutorials. And seriously, go experiment with this code. Break it, fix it, make it your own. That's how you really learn this stuff. What should we build next? Drop your ideas in the comments.